one block there. Jump up there. All right. What? What the hell's going on? That is hilarious. And I'm actually probably, good God. We might need to call in an exorcist or something. Welcome back, everybody, to Empyrion Galactic Survival on Alpha 11.5.3. I am an old guy gaming. This is the Project Eden series. It is also the Dead is Dead series, and I am still alive with 0 deaths. Yes. Okay. So, plan for this episode. We're going to do a couple of things. I have in the constructor's neodymium cooking up. In fact, it looks like we already have enough. Looks like we have everything we need. So let's grab the... Whoa, shit. Let's connect back to this. Oh, it gets me every time. Okay. Put that there and pick that up. And then put that there. Okay, so we are ready for the warp shuttle. So we need about 420-ish. 433, so that would be another 100 and I'm terrible at math. 122, right? Yeah, 122. We put a little extra in, but who cares? Okay, right on. And there we go. Warp shuttle is finished. Yay us. Okay, so the first thing we got to do, though, before we actually spawn this in, let's put all this back in here for now, is I want to put an actual pad down in our hangar, in our underground hangar here. And I'm thinking that I should probably, I don't know, I mean, if I put it down now, it's going to raise the whole floor up one block, which, you know, might be a little bit high. It certainly doesn't look like it when you're down here, but when you're in a, you know, a capital-sized ship, not that we're going to... I'm pretty sure the warp shuttle will fit. Shit, we got to figure that out, too, don't we? I hope it fits in there. If it doesn't, then we're going to have to make a bigger hole. But anyway, in fact, yeah, you know what? Let's do that. Let's actually do that first. Let's make sure the warp shuttle is actually going to fit through that opening. But anyway, what I'm probably going to do, and I'll do this off camera, I'm going to probably jump in the miner and shave this floor down a little bit lower. And then actually line the floor with concrete blocks, with just normal concrete. We don't need armored concrete down here. But before we do that, before I go to all that effort, let's make sure the warp shuttle is actually going to fit through the opening that we have created. Because like I said, if it hasn't, then we're going to have to rethink things here. Incidentally, we are less than 1 day away from an attack, so that could happen during this episode. We'll have to wait and see. And I should probably make an access, like a ramp or something down there. I don't know. We'll see. I haven't given a lot of thought to stuff outside here just because, you know, we're gonna build the tower, but we'll figure all that out. But all I want to do right now is I just want to make sure this sucker's going to fit through the opening. So let's go here to the factory, no, not the factory, the library, and let's hit the spawn button. I think it'll fit. It looks to me like it will. I can't get in up here and... Can I get up here and do this? I can, okay. Boy, I don't know, you guys. That's going to be frickin' tight. Can I tell it to go down? No, not that way. Come back up to here. It looks like it's just barely going to squeeze in there. Keep hitting the wrong button. I mean, just barely going to squeeze in there. What if we rotate it How do we rotate the ship? What's the key for that? Not the page up, page down, home or end. Alright guys, welcome back. I just about have the floor all shaved down here. I actually inadvertently cut off my recording when I was messing around with the keys to try and figure out how to rotate the warp shuttle there. And so basically you didn't miss anything. It was just me kind of messing around with a little bit more, trying to figure out how I'm going to actually fit the ship in there. And the fact of the matter is, it doesn't quite fit on the long end, because those are 7 by 13. So we have a 14 wide section on the seam, and then it's 13 wide the other way. But we have a couple of options with that. I figured out we could try and see if the ship will come down inside at an angle, at a 45-degree angle. And if that doesn't work, then I'm pretty sure I can get it in and out by just kind of tilting it and dipping it in a little bit. Not an ideal situation, but you know, you got to do what you got to do to get it to work, right? So anyway, I've got to get this little last chunk here done, where let's make sure we're pointing directly to the west, where the Stingray is, and I need to shave a little bit more off on the back wall too. So probably right about to there. So let's go ahead and stop the drills, and we might as well just cut the power altogether on here, and then turn our thrusters on. We'll just move this over to the center for the moment. Actually, no, let's move it over all the way over to this side. So yeah, we're going to get this last corner shaved off, and then I'm going to start laying blocks down. I don't know if I have enough blocks to cover the whole floor or not, but what I want to do is I want to get the floor covered, of course, and then maybe line the walls, and maybe even eventually do the ceiling. I'm not going to do that, of course, right now, but at some point I might enclose this whole place. We'll see. Don't really need to. But it would be kind of nice, you know, to do that at some point, but that's not a high priority right now. Okay, so let's get back into camera mode here and get into auto drill. And we'll just shave this little last section off here. And then I need to do a pass down the back wall too. So let's kind of get into this corner and then start easing her on around here. Not trying to get the carving perfectly straight. That would be damn near impossible. Probably not impossible. You'd have to be so meticulous though. And that's not important, because, you know, it just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. Especially, you know, since we're going to line the lower portion with blocks anyways, so we'll never see it. If we were going to keep the whole thing stone permanently, then it would be a little more important to me, you know, from an aesthetic point of view, but that's not the plan, Stan. That's going to, well, you know what? That's okay. It doesn't matter if it messes up our ramp, because we're putting a whole block in there anyway. The thickness of a whole block. Just shave this last little bit off here. Excellent. Okay. Yeah, the turning on this drill is so bad. So bad. Okay, so what I want to do now, here, let's park you behind the Stingray. We'll cut the power here. We'll throw the stone up into there, and I'll probably feed some of that into the portables. Okie dokie. So now what we want to do is let's come over here, and we'll use this as our starting point This little bit should probably be dug out too, I'm thinking. That's good enough. So, where are... Oh, I guess I have them right here. Okay, let's get this in place here like so. And then we'll put one block there. Jump up there. All right. What? What the hell's going on? Houston? Am I okay? Boy, I haven't even started drinking yet, man. What the hell? Let's try that again. That is hilarious. Oh my god. Why is that happening? Oh shit. What does it do if I stand down here? Yeah, Houston, I think we have a problem, Houston. Holy shit, man. What the hell? Okay, well, let's just let's just go back up here and proceed. I don't know what else to do. Oh my god, that's funny. Okay, so anyway, what I want to do first is let's fill in this back section. That's hilarious. I don't know if I've ever seen that happen before. Actually, you know, seems to me like I have seen that happen once before. Oh shit, now I'm inside the block. Well, am I really though? No, I'm not really. Weird. Weird, man, weird. Okay. We'll just ignore that and pretend like it never happened, okay? So let's see. I want to get a plane going there. See, we have 485 five blocks. Okay, well, you know what? Let's not worry about the wall right now. Let's just get started with the floor. So we'll bring this out. I'm positive I'm not going to have enough blocks to do all of this, so let's just do like a center section for now, and then I'll cook up some more blocks to continue later on. Got a little divot there. Probably doesn't matter, but just so we don't have to worry about SI issues, let's just kind of fill this up a little bit here. Doesn't have to be perfectly full, but just enough so that the blocks are touching some terrain and there's not like a bunch of air under there. Okay, that's probably good enough. That's still funny though. Okay, so this is roughly the center line here. So let's just bring this out that far to start with. And then we'll fill in this corner here as far as it'll let us go. Whoops, I released the mouse button too soon. Alright, let's try it on this side. Come on, go flat. There you go. Or I meant I released the keyboard button too soon. That's what happens in that situation there. Okay, let's try this again. Go out, go up. There we go. Okay, so we have 300 floor. Man, you guys probably don't believe me when I say I'm not drunk. I can't even frickin' talk today. Okay. Looks like we hit that level really spot on there. Okay, I'll do that. And we'll just bring this little row out here. Wasn't it, no, I guess that's as far as it wants to go. Okay, now we're down to 207 blocks. And let's bring this section out too. Okay. No. Stop that. We're going to have some air pockets down there, but hopefully that's not going to be a problem. I'm not planning on building anything substantial on top of this anyways. Okay, so that gets that part of the pad done. So how many blocks are left now? 42. That's not very many. That's not very many at all. So I guess let's just fill this wall in here to that point. That gives us 21. That's not even supposed to be there. And I'm actually probably... Good God. We might need to call in an exorcist or something. What the hell? Oh man, that's funny. Does that mean my drone is now... Where did I go? That's just bizarre, man. So bizarre. Okay, I think I'm going to remove this little ramp doohickey here, and we're going to put in an elevator. And what we could do is just have an elevator coming all the way straight up, and then, you know, take these ramps away too. If we're going to do that, though, we need to make sure we have elevators before I cut the ramp away. Okay, so that means we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? I think so. 7 elevators. All right. Yeah, my dude's like having a really bad hair day, isn't he? Of course, I always have a bad hair day because I don't have any hair. Okay, so, yeah, you're hungry. Do we have any elevators already made? I said we needed 7, right? Oh, there was something else I was going to tell you guys, too. Jeez Louise, look at all that Neo. We won't need Neo for a while. When I put in the solar panels and the capacitors, I actually went over CPU. Quite a bit, so as a matter of fact. And I didn't notice it till after I'd stopped the recording, because already we're at, very close to max even as it is. So what I ended up having to do is take the deconstructor down, and I'll just put it up when I need to use it, but I won't keep it online all the time. It's too bad you couldn't keep something like that attached and just turn it off, you know, because it's not using anything at that point. But unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. Okay, so elevators, right? Yep, that's what we're doing. We are going to build some elevators. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can do the other 3. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, because this guy's slower than the other guy. All right, while we're waiting for that, let's do a garden harvest here. How are we doing? Okay, we still have quite a few veggies. I don't think we need to pick those, but we probably should pick fruit, spice, and buds. Eventually, you know, everything will get caught up. I just had such a surplus of veggies and even of fruit, and I haven't been picking those for the last 2 or 3 harvests to try and get everything caught up with the ratios. These orange tree plants give you a yield of 8 per plant, so there's quite a big yield on those. Okay. Whoops. And how are we doing on production? Okay, so let's get both of you guys cranking out more of those. Do we have water? How much water does one of these require? Whoops. Just 1. Okay, yeah, so we're good for now. Elevator should be finished. There we go, 7 of them right there. Okay, so let's go back out here. Oh, we should get some more concrete, like normal concrete blocks cranking out too. So we want so let's just do a full stack for both of you right now. No, not steel, not steel, not steel. And how much stone do we have in the input? We're going to have to move some stone to the input. So let's go base, overflow 3. Those are armored. Okay, that's for outside construction. All right, so the way this is going to work now is we're going to grab those blocks right there. And I want to pull up. I was going to finish eating here. All right, so we'll pull up the ramps. Here, I want to actually connect to output. There we go. Yeah, let's stand over here. And I'm going to put a column there. And let's put a there we go. A column there. All right. Now, let's remove all of this. Plus, that'll give us another block space there. And then we take everything out all the way down to the floor there. We're going to have to trim this back a bit. Oops. Okay, that's probably good. Alrighty. Now, let's bring you down to there. And you can come here. We don't really need to fill that little section in there, I don't think. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to put our elevators in. And I will, I'll make some glass panes to put on the front of this. Just so, you know, if we're halfway up, we don't fall out sort of idea. And also, for up here, now how do we want to work this part? I think probably what we'll do here is we will let's shave that back. Okay, and then we will put a block in here and go up like that. Then we'll bring it across to there at least. And fill that in. Okay. I might. Nah, I don't think I'm gonna mess with that any more than what we just did. Okay, so now we need 8. We need 8 glass panes. I'll finish out that wall later. Okay, so let's go up there. Our elevator. And do we have any glass panes already? Let's take a look. If we did, it would probably either be in here or in here. It does not look like it. Okay, so let's cancel all of these for the moment. Go to blocks, and we don't need armored windows. We just need 8 normal windows. Right? No, actually we only need 7. Yeah, we only need 7 because the bottom one has to be open for us to get through there. And all right, I'm not worried about sealing that either, at least not at this point. So we'll leave it open for now. And then let's get the normal concrete blocks back into production here after those are finished. Okay, cool. We're just about ready to bring in the warp shuttle. You know what? Since we're kind of fixing up this corridor, let's finish it out. Let's actually finish it out here. So we'll do that. I guess we can put these in. We probably don't really need to, but let's just do it anyway. There we go. That looks a little bit better. For this little section here, I'm just going to fill it in for now, I guess. Yeah, I'm just going to fill it in for now. You know what might look kind of neat, though, is if we... I can't get my drone out, can I? There we go. If we're kind of, looking out over the bunker, let's just kind of trim some of this stuff out of the way so it's not obstructing the view. This is purely just for funsies. It's not critical or serving any function to speak of. I don't want to overdo it though either. All right, cool. Now, let's go down here. Grab our glass panes. There we go. There we go. That's looking pretty cool. Now, if I didn't, want to seal it, of course I would put a door there, but I don't think we need to worry about that right now, because none of this is really sealed yet anyway. Yeah, I think going up the elevator there is at least as fast as the ramp was, if not maybe even a little bit faster. Should we change the tint on these? Or here? Just so we can see out a little bit better. I guess it doesn't really make that big of a difference one way or the other, does it? If we are going to do that, though, we need to do it on all of them, I think. Let's just see what it looks like out here. Oh, wait. Hold on a sec. Why is... No, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so change and rotate. Yeah, I think that looks better. I think that looks better. But you want... Why is that door open? Oh, because I opened it. Should probably close it. So I could, if I wanted to, I could like trim all that away too, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Okay, let's lay down a few more blocks and then we'll bring the shuttle in. Hopefully we have enough room. Okay, so, think the first thing I'm going to do is let's get our vessels up on top of the pad. And then we'll keep working on the pad here. The thing about the pad is we have to have the frame that the ship is enclosed in has to fit on the whole thing. If this turns out to be a royal pain in the nuts, we might just go up into orbit and spawn it in up in orbit. Let's just see what we can do. Yeah, let's just park you right here. Okay. The ship, the frame of the ship is just a little bit larger than that entire opening, so we might actually have enough, but we got to lay the blocks down anyway, so let's just do as many more as we can, and then we'll try it and see what happens. All right, so we want the normal concrete blocks. We have 452 so far. So I'm going to evenly increase the size of this along the perimeter all the way around. We should make sure we can still use our ramp here. So let's get right about in the center-ish. And bring that to there. Okay. So we'll finish out the rest of this too. And we might even have enough blocks to do it, but we're getting close to quitting time. In fact, we're a little bit past quitting time. But let's go ahead and see if we can get the warp shuttle brought in right now. So here we go. Spawn. Spawn will doodle. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. It's fitting. It's fitting. Let's bring it a little closer and maybe over this way. Boom. There she is. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't watched my previous seasons, may I introduce you to the Warp Shuttle Micro, CV version 3. And I'll give you the spiel on this like I do always, because I don't want to take credit for... What the hell? We didn't paint that. I don't want to take credit for the original design of this, because I was not the original designer of this. The original designer is an Empyrion builder named Rustimus. Some of you, if you've been around the game for a long time, you probably know who Rustimus is. So what Rustimus did back in... I don't even know when he originally built this, but it was like, at least by Alpha 7, maybe even before Alpha 7. But anyway, he built and put on the workshop a very inexpensive Warp Shuttle Micro. That's what he called it. And it was about as cheap as a capital vessel can get. Made out of normal steel blocks, no amenities, just basically a warp core with the bare essentials wrapped around it, so you could get so that you could warp as early as possible. And pre-Alpha 8, maybe, don't quote me on that. Pre-Alpha 8, maybe even Alpha 7, I don't remember, to be honest with you. You used to, back then, there were no small vessel warp drives. There was only capital vessels. It was the only way you could actually warp. And so the design behind this was to allow you to, in the fairly early game with relatively few resources, get yourself a capital vessel so you could start warping to other places. So that was the idea behind this. But what I did is I spawned it in, and I did a terrible job on the paint job, just so you know. But I spawned it in and upgraded it and put, most of the amenities on it that you would need. And those things that don't fit, we take with us and just attach like a medical bay when we need to. and it's made out of combat steel, so it's much tougher. And, basically upgraded. I put 2 retractable turrets on the back, expanded the roof of the vessel so that you can actually dock a small vessel and a warp shuttle, or I'm sorry, a mining vessel, and it's got a ramp to get the mining vessel up there, of course. So I just, made those modifications to it. And then if you guys watched the previous season of Project Eden, in that season, we actually upgraded this with extensions, so that we could use extensions for it. But what we didn't do at that time, of course, is upgrade it for CPU usage, because at the time it still hadn't been implemented. So now what we've got to do is we've got to get this thing to work with the CPU limitations. So let's take a look at it and see where it's currently at. It is at 64%. So it's not terribly over the limit. And in fact, if we can find a place to squeeze in an extender, a CPU extender, we should be golden with the way it's set up, because one more extender will give us, put us basically at only the halfway point of its total capacity of what it can do. Well, that's good news. So it's really just a matter of making that extender and figuring out where the hell we're going to put it, which might be a little bit easier said than done, because there are not very many blocks on this vessel that aren't already, used for a specific purpose. Now I'm wondering though, this block here, here's what we could maybe do. Yeah, you know what? We could put it right there, and then we'll just put like a flat a combat steel plate over it to, give it some protection. That might be the simplest solution. But anyways, guys, we are out of time in this episode. So basically, the next episode, when I bring you back, is going to be us getting this thing operational is probably the better term, to work with the CPUs, which means we need a CPU extender. Before I let you go, let's see if we can actually make one now. If we can't, then that episode's going to be us doing or obtaining what we need to make one. But maybe we can. Let's take a look-see. So, first of all, do I need the skills for that? Let's go to Capital Vessel. And CPU Extender 2. Okay, so we got the skills. I'll bet you we have everything we need to make this. Look at that, right there, boom. Guys, we are in business. Okay, so next episode, we're going to plop that thing in place. And we may not have to do another damn thing to it. It might be ready to go just as is, because it's pretty much set up the way that I wanted it in the last season anyway. It's got, I think it has two controllers. Let's look real quick. I know I told you I was going to let you go, and we're still doing stuff, aren't we? All right, so let's see. Cargo box. Yeah. So basically, it's got an ammo controller and a cargo controller. But both of these controllers have 16,000 volume, right? So there's a lot of room compared to, what our small vessel's capable of. There's a hell of a lot of room in both of those controllers combined. So we can, we have some capacity to haul stuff without really having to add anything more to it. So we might be in pretty good shape. Those are miniguns. However, we could, and this was actually suggested to me by one of you guys in the last Project Eden season, is we could replace those with rocket launchers, rocket turrets. This is what she looks like on the inside. And remember, this is like, trying to cram as much shit in here as we possibly can and get it to fit in a very compact space. So there's a reason why this O2 station is where it is, because that's really kind of the only place it fits. We can't put it here because, that's our elevator to the top deck to get up here, right? So, yeah, that's the warp core radiation right there. But anyway, all right, well, next episode, we're going to get this thing fixed up. We're going to get it and fly it out and take it, and maybe we'll hit, to give it kind of its maiden voyage, maybe what we'll do is we'll hit this crash DSE and salvage that and get some nice components out of it. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Just want to, again, give you guys a reminder that I am going to be out of town in January, the latter part of January. Very busy. month for me work-wise, and so I probably will not, almost certainly will not be able to release daily videos, but I will keep pumping them out when I have the opportunity, and there probably will be some pockets of time, particularly towards the end of January, where there won't be anything coming from me, but that doesn't mean I've quit. It just means I'm doing real life, and when I do get back from that business trip, then we'll jump back in and keep having fun in this space game. That's not to say I won't have any more videos come out in January. I will, we'll keep doing it. There'll be a few more, but they're just going to be a little more staggered out than what you're used to early on in the year here. Okay. All right. I think that's it. Have a good one. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.